Hello, Ulrik. We are so excited to have you and Scania joining us as partners at the NSML job fair. So could you please tell us a bit more about yourself?
Yes, thank you. And we're also very thrilled to be here. So my name is Ulrik Janusson, as you said. My role is that I'm technology leader for connectivity. So that means I look at our strategic research goals, and I try to set the right goals so we have a good direction. I also facilitate to start activities that will actually reach our goals. So connectivity is my area, but also I look at some AI applications, cloud technologies, cybersecurity. And furthermore, I'm the Scania liaison for AI Sweden, which is, I think, is relevant network here.
Yeah. So the transport sector is undergoing a huge transformation due to some advanced technologies like AI and autonomous solutions. How is Scania affected by this?
I think that, well, one of the big I would say the biggest, our core value is sustainability for Scania. So we talk about driving the shift, and that's our vision, to drive the shift towards a more sustainable transport system, and to create a world of mobility that is better for everyone, for business, for society, for the environment. And of course, there are other very important trends such as urbanization, digitalization. So this is very important. All of it boils down to, for us, it boils down to an acronym that we call ACE, which is autonomous, connected, and electric. And each of these kind of topics or areas by itself, they really represent a disruption of the entire industry, and together probably one of the biggest transformations of our industry ever. So we need to look at new business models. We need to focus more on services. We're already kind of like a software company, to be honest, but we need to continue that journey and be that even more, and we need to be ever more data driven. That's what we see.
Yeah, so as you said, we are experiencing a huge disruption also, but coming back to AI and data, how are they an enabler for transport in this transformation journey? And how do you use and work with AI at Scania?
Yeah, so data has always been very, very important for us. And we were actually quite early. We had the first connected truck already in 2002. To have a connection in the truck has been a standard since 2011 with us. Today we have more than 500,000 connected vehicles. So we've always seen the value of data, but we need to continue and develop it better in leveraging the value of our data. So we're a very big organization. So we use AI and machine learning that you talk about here in many different applications. But having said that, there are some that perhaps stand out.
Yeah.
So we look at one of our areas that we focus on is to work with predictive maintenance. So we use so-called edge AI and federated learning to improve our predictions for when a truck in the field needs maintenance. This is can be a huge money saver if you're able to drive the truck as long as possible without having it to brake.
Right.
So that's one. And then of course the second one, the poster child in autonomous for AI is self-driving. And here we work with just getting the whole chain to work. Situational awareness, perception, and so on and so forth.
Right. Some really exciting, applications, as you said. When you also touched upon autonomous transports and vehicles, When do you think we can expect, autonomous trucks and buses on the roads?
Yeah, so that's a tricky question. You need to put some qualifiers. So one answer is, of course, they're already here. Maybe you have seen self-driving pods for example, in Stockholm, Kista, or Gothenburg, Lindholmen, or Linköping. So they are already shown, but on the more, I would say, more operational, more like real, I would say it's confined areas. So for example, in mines, for example, in ports, you can have autonomous vehicles where you don't have a lot of people, and this operation can be quite real. We are operating in some mines, for example. If we want to look at more what the development is, then we already have been granted a permit to drive between Södertälje and Jönköping autonomously, together with our partner Too Simple. So it's kind of a we had to prove that this works, so it's kind of taking for the AI to take a test and kind of get a driver's license, you could say, to be able to do that. I must also mention the very high profile thing that we're going to do. So we're going to have a bus in the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. It's going to be bigger and faster than the self-driving pods that I talked about earlier. So, and of course, a very, very real situation, lots of people and so on.
Definitely.
So, tricky situation. So that's an interesting challenge for us. We're well on our way.
Yeah, definitely. And as you say, we can also already see the future here. Yeah. It's not in the future, it's in the present. So some really exciting outlooks, as you said, so we can expect in the near future. But, looking more generally, what are your outlooks for the autonomous transport in the next few years?
Yeah, so it's still it's a lot of problem solving, a lot of exploration, but we need to tackle this in a stepwise development. So we need to find problems that we can solve safely under all conditions in order to create operations and solutions for our customers that are beneficial and profitable and actually represents an improvement. So we think that after confined areas, probably the next big thing is going to be hub-to-hub transport. So you can drive autonomously from one transport hub to another. Could be a warehouse, could be some manufacturing site, something like that.
It's also a really relevant point in this post and pre-corona world, where you can have so many people on site. So I believe that they will also serve the communities really good. So thank you for sharing your insights with us on the topic of autonomous vehicles. I would like to thank you again for taking the time to do this interview with me and for being with us at the NDSML job fair.
Thank you, and I'm sure you're going to have a very successful fair.